Hi everyone, welcome to the Me Key Fob tutorial. This tutorial is just going to show you how to use the Key Fob kit that came in the January 2021 box. So let's get started. So here are two of them that are already done. So it's a pretty simple project. It's probably about 5 minutes of work really. We're just going to take the fabric that we have in here, and the fabric you have in here will be at least 6 inches. Most people actually got way more than that, so you got about 10 inches, so you got more than enough fabric for this. And we're going to cut a piece of 15 by 4 inches, so 15 by 4 inches, okay, and you're going to get a little piece just like this, okay, just like that. So you got more than enough. So once you got that, you're going to also want to cut a piece of fusible measuring 1 inch, just slightly less than 1 inch, by 15 inches. Okay. You're going to have to use your own fusible. This was just a bonus project, so none of the fusible for this was included. Okay. So the first thing you're going to do is we're going to take our 4 inch by 15 inch piece, and we're just going to fold it in half just to find the center of it. Okay. Okay, and then you can take this to the iron and get it pressed just to make the fold a little bit clearer. Just like that. So you can see it's nice and creased. So what we're going to do then is open it back up, and we're just going to fold the two halves into their own halves, kind of making quarters. So we're going to fold this in like that. Okay, and then you're going to want to do the same thing on this side. Okay, fold it in. I'm just going to press it a little bit, just finger press it just so it's clear. Just like that. And then you're going to want to take that to the iron and press it just to crease it nicely. And then I'll be back. Okay, so now that it's all pressed and creased, we're going to grab our piece of fusible that measures 15 inches by just under 1 inch. If I line it up here, you can probably see it. It's just the slightest bit amount, just to account for the fold itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in here. Make sure the glue side is down, okay? And what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of close it in there. And what we're going to do is we're going to take that to the iron now and just fuse that fusible fleece to this part of the fabric, okay? So once you have it fused, I got the fusible right under here, it's nice and fused, you're going to want to fold this top part in, okay, and then you're just going to want to press it again with the iron, and I've already done that, so it's nice and clean already. So the next step here is going to be to sew across these edges. So on this side, you're going to sew close to the edge on that side, and then the same thing on this side, just sew close to the edge. And this is really where you can kind of just play with your sewing machine and kind of have fun with it. You don't have to just do the two simple stitches. You can maybe do like a zigzag stitch, or there's this one too. Let me focus. There you got 4 stitches across instead of just the 2. Okay, and same with this one. This one's also got 4. So yeah, you can really just have fun with it. We're going to keep it simple today, so we're just going to do the 2 stitches. Okay, be right back. Okay, so we're back from the sewing machine, and as you can see, we just got those 2 little simple stitches close to the edge. And just a quick note about the sewing is when you sew it, you want to actually sew on the fusible side instead of just the fabric side, because if you sew on the fusible side, it's going to keep everything in line, and if you don't, it's the fusible is probably going to shift, and then by the time you get to the end of it, it's going to be like kind of off, and it's going to look messy. So yeah, definitely sew on the fusible side. And after we sewed it, we just trimmed the edges a little bit. Sometimes if the fusible is too far to one side, or it may just come off the edge a little bit, so we just trim both of the ends just to clean it up a little bit and make sure everything's good. So once you have that, you can grab your hardware finally. Okay, so this is the hardware. comes in silver, and it comes with 2 little screws to secure this. So I'm going to take this out. Okay, so there it is, and there are the 2 little screws. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to fold this in half, line up the edges, just like so. Just going to press it a little bit just to make it a little bit easier. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take the raw edge side, and you're just going to want to slide it into the hardware. Just like so. Okay, just make sure it goes in all the way. You don't want it to fall out. And then what you can do, I would say probably take off the little plastic on top first. Okay, just like that. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to grab a screwdriver, preferably one that's got a little tiny bit, because these screws are really small. And it's going to be a Phillips screwdriver or a star, however you want to say it. And you're going to want to take the screws and find the 2 little holes on the hardware, and you're just going to want to screw them in. Okay. If you are worried about this falling out afterwards, you can put a little bit of white glue on the screws, and it'll kind of keep it in place a little bit. Or what you can do is, instead of putting the glue on the screws, which might be a little bit messier, you can actually just put it on the fabric before you even put it inside the hardware. And that would be good too. You could also, before you screw it in, you could also grab an owl and poke some holes in the fabric. I don't really think it's necessary. These screws are actually pretty sharp at the ends, so it's not really required. Okay, so I got one of them there. And we've got our second screw. Okay, just like that. As you can see, it's pretty well secured. Okay, so we put our screwdriver away, and that's it. And that's how you make the Me Key Fob. It's pretty simple. Only takes probably about 5-10 minutes, and you're done. So yeah, here's some of the different designs that you may have gotten. All right, that's it.